Hello everyone, welcome back. Uh, it is, well, never mind, I'll deal with that in just a moment. But, yeah, welcome back. What we've got here is a 1926 McCormick Deering stationary engine manufactured by International Harvester out of Chicago, Illinois. What is it doing on the back of my truck? Well, I've got several of these little engines, these and some hit and miss engines, and etc, etc, etc. My grandpa ran a corn mill, a grist mill, in the 60s, and he pulled them with a larger version of a hit and miss like this stationary engine. What these are, in the late teens, the 20s, right on up through the 30s to about World War II, for rural America and the farming communities of America, a lot of times they didn't have electricity or they didn't have any other means, and at this point there wasn't a lot of tractors out there. So you could purchase one of these stationary engines and they done a variety of farm chores. They pulled well pumps, they pulled cream separators, they pulled milkers. What you do is put a flat belt pulley on the flywheels and run a belt implement. A lot of your tractors all the way up to the 1960s still had the flat belt pulleys on them for that reason. There was so many flat belt pieces of equipment out there that, you know, if you bought a tractor, you wanted to be able to still use the equipment you had. But that's what they were used for. They came in various sizes, different makes, different configurations, but basically what they were mobile power units, primarily for farms. That's what they were used for. They were farm engines, stationary power plants for farm engines. And then some of the very earliest tractors that were gasoline powered, not steam powered, just had a larger version of these as their engine. But the reason I've got it on my truck is our local high school has an ag, I think it's ag machinery or ag mechanics class, and the guy teaching the class had asked me to bring a couple of these out and show the kids, show them to them and explain to them kind of what I just did there about what they were used for, how they were used and everything. And you got to remember, in the teens and 20s and 30s, this was huge. It's some of the same issues we deal with now. Is you know, if you've got this, it reduced the manual labor and it sped things up so you could do more, or you could focus your time elsewhere. And that's what we run into now. You know, that's why we run 2 tractors. That's why we buy a bigger implement so we can do more faster. And it's a challenge that farmers are continuously facing. You know, you max out your capability of the equipment you have. You add something new to that, new piece of equipment or this, that, or the other, that, you know, just like the post hole digger. Very minimal expenditure. I bought the other day, done a video on it. But I can go through and dig the post holes in a quarter of the time that it take me by hand. And time is money. So that way I can get done with that quicker and move on to something else. But that's what we're doing with this. So tomorrow I'm going to take this to the local high school. We're going to demonstrate to them a little bit about it. But I've done a couple videos. I bought this engine. I rebuilt it. I've got a couple more of these that I've got to get done this winter. They're disassembled in a pile of parts that I need to put back together. But they're pretty neat. You know, it's part of the history of agriculture in this country, and you know, it's constantly evolving. It's constantly mechanizing and modernizing and stuff like that. But there's a reason for it. You know, that would have been a huge purchase. I mean, it's just like going from horsepower, working teams of horses and mules, to buying a tractor. So it's pretty neat, and you know, it's just some of the things we like to fool around with. But anyhow, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to us. We do thank you for watching. See a video you like, please let us know, comment, ask a question. I try to read all the comments, and I try to reply to all the comments. I don't always do that, but I try to. I make an effort. But I do enjoy reading them. Curious to see what people think about the ramblings of a crazy farmer. But that's what it is. As far as anything else on the farm, as you can see, it is still a mud hole. Everything is just, it's just soup. I mean, we're trying to get some things done, but the progress is a snail's pace. I know other people in the farming communities are dealing with wet conditions too. I mean, a lot of the folks out west, Midwest, wherever, trying to get crops out of the field, get the harvest done, are still dealing with wet conditions. We've dealt with it all year. The biggest thing right now that's pushing me is I'd like to get the plastic mulch up out of the fields, but it's got to be pretty dry to do that. Everything else, you know, we can kind of wait on, but I would really like to get that up. The longer it lays in there, the harder it is to get up, and more difficult, and it's not a fun job to begin with. So but anyhow, I'll let you go on that, and like I said, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the little notification bell. We try to post a video at least once every day, maybe every other day, but we try to get to them. I have tried to go back to posting the videos about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time of a morning. There for a while I was just getting them up, getting the videos posted when I could get them posted, but I'm trying to make a conscious effort to post them every morning. So for instance, this one should post tomorrow morning. But anyhow, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Be curious to see what the kids think about this. Oh well.